Welcome. My name is Douglas Lodmell, and today we are talking about understanding asset protection, the tools and the planning in 2020 and beyond. My name is Douglas Lodmell, and I am the managing partner and co-founder of Lodmell & Lodmell PC. We do nothing but asset protection, and that's all we've done since 1997. I went to law school in New York at Cardozo University, and then I went on to NYU to get my LLM in taxation. And much of what I learned and the major concepts I use were really developed when I was in law school with the help of some of my brilliant professors who wrote the tax code. I came up with a way that I will talk to you about today to kind of combine some of the best planning available with some of the easiest maintenance plans available. And as you'll see, when it comes to asset protection, this becomes really important to clients. I am also the founder of the Asset Protection Council, and that is a network of attorneys that are dedicated to using asset protection with their clients and getting the tools and the education necessary to integrate asset protection into their practice. So if you are watching this CLE to consider integrating asset protection into your practice, this is the exact CLE you want to be watching. We're going to talk about all the tools, and you will, by the end of this, really have a clear understanding of what all the asset protection options are today. So let's start with, what is asset protection? I mean, that's really, the real key question. Well, my answer to that is it's anything that would protect an asset from a creditor. That's it. It's just anything, whatever it is. So a client being broke is asset protection. There's nothing to get. So there's no assets to get. So you can remove the asset. That's one way to protect assets. And so it's, there's lots of asset protection if you think of it in those terms. And I think it's helpful to be as broad as possible when we start our discussion. But for our purposes, there are two major forms of asset protection. The first is exemption planning. And as we all know, exemption planning is pretty powerful. The other is what has become known today as asset protection planning. So what is exemption planning? Well, exemption planning is the planning that we get from state and federal law. So exemption plans are assets that we say are exempt from creditors. So they do this by simply saying you can't reach it. The creditor is valid, the claim is valid, the judgment's valid, but this asset is just not something you can collect. So a great example of that is homestead exemptions. And in a state like Florida or Texas, those are actually unlimited. And some other states have started to add unlimited homestead exemption to their bankruptcy code as well. The thing about exemption planning is that for the most part, you access that through bankruptcy. So it has some limitations. The other things that are protected are ERISA plans. Those are federally protected, so those are well protected. IRAs, those are state law protected, so they vary from state to state, whether an IRA is going to actually be protected. Same with life insurance and annuities. And if you look at the bankruptcy code in your state, you can see what assets are exempted. I happened to watch a CLE also on bankruptcy. The presenter did an excellent job. And if you haven't gotten the chance, I would recommend you watch one of the bankruptcy CLEs. It helps you understand some of this. Because it is part and parcel to understanding asset protection. Exemption planning is very powerful, and anybody who doesn't use exemption planning or understand it and claims to do asset protection is just missing half the boat. So you should definitely understand what exemption planning is and how you can use it to protect your client's assets. Asset protection is different. Asset protection doesn't rely on a state or federal statute to say, hey, these are exempt. It just uses legal tools to limit the access of the assets to a creditor. So these are spendthrift trust, charging order protection entities like LLCs and limited partnerships, or locked up or unreachable assets. And you'd be surprised, there's quite a few of these types of things. Even a hedge fund with a lockup where you can't get your assets is asset protected, at least for the time of the lockup, right? There's no access to it. Sometimes just having an illiquid asset is enough to consider it asset protection. Remember, creditors don't really want the asset. They want the cash that the asset represents. So